Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Ready for something outrageous? A clueless biker overestimates his talent.
I'm good!
An unlucky wife knocks on wood. Plus, a party animal lights up the night. And a student pilot gets a crash course in how to land. If it's off the wall and it's on tape, then it's all here. It's totally outrageous behavior.
Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Dergan and welcome to Totally Outrageous Behavior, your one-stop shop for sports mishaps, hilarious home videos, stupid stunts, and anything else we could cram into one totally outrageous half hour. Right now, it's time for me to stop talking and for you to start laughing. One man will attempt to fly his bicycle across this ravine, over this giant SUV, and onto this cliff. That man is extreme cyclist James Wolken, and he's good.
I'm good!
But not good enough to pull off this stunt.
Overall, I was good.
I'm good!
By saying I'm good, it lets myself know that I can speak, that my mind's working.
If his mind really was working, why would James try this in the first place?
We can all push ourselves beyond our limit and see what our true potential is.
Looks like James found his limit.
So once I was committed, I was committed.
If he thinks this was good, maybe he should be committed.
I'm good!
Sure you are, James. Welcome to the easiest day in this gymnast's career. He just has to hold this position and count his teammates as they fly by. Here comes number 3. All this counting is making him drowsy, but here comes his wake-up call. Although it doesn't look like he'll be getting up anytime soon. One thing's for sure, this gymnast would have to be nuts to try this again. Here's a traffic stop you don't see every day. At a road rally in Mexico, race cars speed down a windy mountain pass. But these curves can be dangerous. Just ask this stranded racer. This ambulance driver is on his way to an accident. His own. And this four-legged wanderer is about to get bulldozed. The driver slams on the brakes and stops just inches from the bull. The roadside fans let out a roar. They should give this guy the gold. But the bull is unfazed. He's used to stupid human behavior. This quick-thinking ambulance driver saved his own life today because he dodged a bullet when he dodged this bull. Here's the guy who gets caught with his pants down. On a busy loading dock, a crane prepares to lower a giant lobster trap. But when it hits this outhouse, an unsuspecting dock worker gets dumped. When the trap is lowered, the soggy sap decides to hitch a ride on the crane and takes the toilet top as a souvenir. After this unexpected dip, the good news is, he won't have to wash his hands. Now it's your turn to hit the potty. Then meet me right back here for lots more totally outrageous behavior. Don't forget to wash your hands.
Coming up, a backyard biker bites the big one. Plus, some wannabe starlets take their first step toward fame. And later, a campus clown thinks he's a real cut-up. When totally outrageous behavior continues.
you guys, if you think Humpty Dumpty had a big fall, wait until you see this guy.
This guy makes shooting the half pipe look easy. But his best buddy, Sean Fisk, is a little bit unsure.
I was nervous about doing it. Very nervous.
Although after his pal shows off some more, Sean decides to shed his inhibitions and his clothes.
It was an expensive shirt and I didn't want to ruin it.
Here he goes. Or not. After another hour, Sean is finally ready to wait a little longer.
I was chickening out for about a little bit, but I got over my fears and I just did it.
Finally, he summons the courage to take the plunge and knocks himself silly.
Oh my God. Are you awake?
The reason why I decided to attempt the stunt was because I felt that it was time to do it, and obviously it wasn't.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, my ankle.
Exactly what did Sean think would happen?
The worst I could do was, fall down and cut myself up, but I didn't think I'd, knock myself out.
Is your face all right?
It felt like someone punched me really, really hard in the face. It's like getting hit by the world's strongest man.
Is your teeth chipped? It was already like that.
His friends are clearly concerned.
Basically, they were just, laughing their asses off. My nickname's Biff. When you crash, you biff it, So they just decided to call me Biff.
Nice job, Biff.
I've got one word for this next lady. Timber!
This woman's having a swinging time on the family tree. And her hubby decides to join in on the fun. But he doesn't know his own strength. And he brings the branch down on his wife's head. He'll be regretting this decision later when she says, "Not tonight, honey. I have a headache."
And speaking of headaches, we all know that getting approved for a loan can be tough. But here's a guy who figures, why should I fill out all that pesky paperwork when I can just steal the money? Check out this criminal mastermind.
At Coster's Cash Loans, the customer's safety always comes first. When this loan applicant is asked about his collateral, clerk Paul Smith gets a surprising response.
He stands up, produces a small caliber automatic pistol, pointed it at me, and demanded that I get the back.
This criminal thought he could bully a mild-mannered clerk.
I calmly looked at him, looked at his gun, reached under my desk, producing my gun. And then I told him, no, you get the back.
So much for the customer always being right.
He lunged at me across the desk, which sent the desk across the room, at which point I disarmed him, stuck my gun in his face, and demanded that he get on the floor face down.
Nice gun. What's he got in the bottom drawer? A cannon?
I keep it here just in case some schmuck decides to come in and point a gun at me.
Boy, this guy's a real pistol.
The guy who attempted to rob me is feeling more traumatized by this than I am.
And who can blame him? This gutsy loan officer proved that when it comes to guns, size does matter.
Fancy that.
Here's the tale of a brave puppet and a cowardly puppeteer.
This is Australia's favorite kiddie show, Wombat.
If you're really concerned about wildlife, hang on.
Ben the Python is visiting today, and this puppet, Aggro the Wombat, is a little frightened.
Oh, no, not the snake again. You've got to look up.
Actually, it's not Aggro who's the scaredy cat. It's the puppeteer, Jamie Dunn, who's deathly afraid of snakes.
Me? Oh, I am petrified of snakes, absolutely.
I just want to tell you folks at home that because I'm sitting on top of the sofa, the guy in the box isn't going anywhere. But he wants to.
Yeah, I just want to do that.
If Jamie wants to leave now, wait until he sees the little surprise co-host Jill has in store for him.
No, don't you, Jill.
I'm going.
No, stop.
I've waited all year for this. Okay, Damien, can I have Ben?
No, don't put it.
Thank you very much.
Jill, don't put it. Jill.
Needless to say, Jamie's not concerned about protecting his shaggy sidekick.
Well, the snake wasn't going for aggro, you see. She was lowering the snake into the box where the very talented puppeteer was.
Jill, don't do this!
I just want you to see. He wants to say hello.
This is Jamie's worst nightmare. Trapped inside a dark wooden box with a 10-foot python.
Our set is moving. Our set is moving. We have someone who has gone.
Jamie heads for the outback, leaving poor Aggro for snakebait.
I made that decision that all Australians make. Take the hell care of yourself, pal. Get out of there.
And how does Aggro feel about his cowardly partner now?
Jill, don't do this!
I just want you to see.
You're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
Here are some performers who should not give up their day jobs.
It's talent night at the local karaoke bar, and these lovely ladies are giving it their all. In fact, these two singers are so into their performance that they boogie right off the stage. No need to get out the hook. These girls put an end to their own act. Thankfully, Blondie's abundant padding broke their fall. But one thing's for certain, her dreams of becoming a pop star just went bust.
I'm thinking about joining their fan club. They can use all the support they can get. Don't go away, guys. We'll be right back with more totally outrageous behavior.
Up next, some creepy critters get too close for comfort. Plus, this guy throws the hottest party in town. And later, this pilot's first flight is a smashing success. When totally outrageous behavior returns.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. You know, show business is a tough business to get into. Just ask this next guy. He was looking for his big break, and boy, did he get it.
This college student thought he'd amuse his friends by making a funny short film. Just think how much fun they'll have when they show it at the next beer blast. This guy's hilarious. Funny man goes for take 2, action. And cut. You can bet the next door he approaches leads to the emergency room. Wisely, he opens the door and walks through. Amazingly, this incident hasn't kept him from pursuing a career in entertainment. And when he finally does get his film made, it's sure to be a smash hit.
You know how I like to explore new cultures? From the safety and comfort of my living room couch. So sit back and enjoy outrageous TV around the world.
If you think people on American reality shows will do anything for money, check out this crazy Spanish TV show. For 50 euros, this man's about to get into a glass tank with something really scary. This guy. But it gets worse. Added to the mix will be hundreds upon hundreds of scorpions who waste no time getting to know their new amigos. Finally, this man goes for the big bucks with an explosive device hot-wired to a pile of donkey manure. The audience takes cover. 3, 2, 1. Here's mud in your eye. Now meet a mini meteorologist from Britain.
Hello, yes, it's me, your bounces. Where my rusty gone? Yes, it is still cold.
He's so tiny, he has to use a trampoline to reach the map.
And it's a bit cloudy today.
There's a cold front in the north. No, the south. No, the north.
But there's still a bit of wind, and temperatures are only getting to 16 degrees Celsius. This is your bounces weather forecast, Rusty Golf, signing off.
Here's the video that was sent to us by totally outrageous viewer Nathan Fox. Nathan wanted to throw one smoking hot party. Unfortunately, his plans went up in flames.
Nathan Fox is trying to light a bonfire.
We were planning on having a pretty good party going on that night. What I did was I poured a bunch of gasoline kind of on top of the fire.
He douses a large wood pile with plenty of gas.
Which had to be a couple gallons almost of gasoline.
The next step is simple. Just light the fire.
Be careful, dude. I was trying to light a little piece of wood on fire to throw into the gas. I know it's pretty stupid.
But that stubborn fire just won't start. And Nathan is in a hurry to get the party started.
I'll pour some gas on this. No, dude, that's really stupid. My friend Sean, he even says, I don't think that's a very good idea. And I was just, oh, don't worry about it. I've done it, plenty of times before. I've never really had any bad accidents with fire.
Not until now.
Dude, that was ridiculous, dude. You all right?
The night air was drenched with gasoline fumes.
Just never really knew what the fumes of gasoline could do.
And all it took was a tiny flame to fuel an intense explosion. Incredibly, Nathan was unhurt, just slightly singed.
I just hope people aren't gonna laugh and say dumbass. So I guess that probably was a pretty big dumbass thing to do.
But if you ask this party animal, it was all worth it.
We had an awesome party afterwards, so everything worked out good.
Coming up, a first-time flyer takes off without his instructor on totally outrageous behavior.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. We always save the most outrageous clip for last, and tonight is no exception. When learning how to fly a helicopter, keep in mind one simple rule. Listen to your instructor. Of course, that can be difficult when you take off without him.
Student pilot Klein Hogg has just purchased a brand new $25,000 helicopter, and he's waiting for his instructor to show him how to fly it.
He told me to go and start it up, warm it up. So I went out, I started it up, and I'm sitting there, time passing, and I'm getting hotter under the collar.
Experienced pilot Jim Sconier sees Klein in the chopper and knows that can't be good.
The minute the Klein Hogg got in that aircraft, I knew he was going to have a problem.
When the instructor doesn't show, Klein gets impatient and decides to give it a whirl on his own.
So I'm sitting there and I figured, well, I'll just take it up to point of takeoff.
A concerned Jim tries to intervene.
I said, what are you doing in here, man? Get your ass out of this helicopter. You're going to get hurt. He says he don't care. He's not waiting for anybody. He's just going to hover. And I said, well, then I'm just going to get my video camera because he's going to kill himself.
Klein takes the chopper into the air, but it's clear this is no joyride.
Instant panic.
Klein tries to land, but there's just one problem. He has no idea how the controls work.
I pulled on the wrong thing. When you panic, you make mistakes. You shouldn't panic.
The chopper spins wildly out of control and crashes to the ground. But miraculously, Klein emerges unscathed.
Hogg, are you all right? Mr. Hogg was in great shape considering the mess that he made out of that helicopter.
You can see what's left of it. Not much here. Kind of depressing sight. Looks like about $25,000 just shot in the ass.
So did this disaster leave Klein Hogg grounded?
I got one more helicopter after that. but my wife traded it for a motorhome.
Good idea, since this performance certainly won't get him many passengers.
I would not fly with him at all, in anything, ever.
But Klein doesn't plan to stay out of the air.
As a matter of fact, I hope I fly right onto the pearly gates when the time comes.
The way he's flying, that time might be coming soon.
Well, we're all out of totally outrageous behavior for tonight, but I'm sure you'll see plenty more at home or work this week. And when you do, please don't forget to press record. Good night, everybody.